Got the M&P 9 shield here again. Apologize for that last video. Had a little trouble with the music over my speaking, so I promise I won't let that happen with this one. If you haven't seen the previous video, you can go watch it now. Bring you up to speed. But we've had this gun for a little while. I've started carrying it, been putting ammo through it. And today I'm going to be shooting some Federal bulk ammo, which we have here. And I'm also going to be shooting, I'll let you know when I'm shooting it, some Hornady Zombie Max carry rounds that you would carry. It's a hollow point bullet there. Right now I'm just going with the round nose. One thing I've noticed with this gun, and I'm sure this is just me getting used to it, is I'll be dead on with it and can just hit one after another, and then like magic, I don't know what flips, what I'm doing different, I'll start missing just by barely an inch. You can see that right plate, I was just barely missing it, and I'm sure it just has to do with getting used to the trigger, getting used to the gun and the pull. I'm still a little bit muscle trained for the LC9 that I was carrying, but I am getting considerably more comfortable with this particular gun. Load some more ammo here. I prefer to use just the plain 7-round short magazine that does not have the pinky extension. I have the other one here that extends it, but by the time, you know, as a spare magazine this is okay, but it's not something I'd want to actually put in there and carry with. The extra little bit just takes away from the concealability of it. And one thing I've noticed with the M&P shield is when the slide is back, there's considerably more barrel tilt. There seems to be anyway. Visually, well, I can say there is more barrel tilt than with the LC9 or some of the other small pistols. And if you take a look inside, you can actually see that the ramp is barely used at all at this angle coming off the top of the magazine. So this should be a very reliable feeding gun. Should feed just about anything you want to put through it, because there's practically no chance that anything can get hung on the ramp there. And in fact, since I've had it, I've not had a single misfeed with it. It's never failed to fire or failed to feed. I guess the right plate's just jumping out of the way on me. Actually, it illustrates something. If you'll notice, when I turned, I'm moving into a different body position. I'm actually not moving my feet. So you hear all the time about a natural point of aim. That's the aim that you get when you just naturally pick the gun up and comfortably aim it without looking. Where does your body put that? And you have to learn your natural point of aim, and that'll help you stay on target better. And I would suspect, since I'm missing the right plate but hitting the left plate, that the body position has a little bit to do with it. Well, I'm going to load up some of this Zombie Max here and fire it. I won't be firing much of it. It's considerably, I've had this ammunition for a while, so it's not like I'm paying March 2013 prices for it, but replacing it's still very expensive. But if you carry whatever rounds you carry in your gun, you should practice with on occasion to make sure that the gun feeds it properly and you don't have any issues with it. The other thing that you can do is I use 115 grain practice rounds and I use 115 grain carry. I know there's some people out there that would argue that you should carry 5,000 grain plus P plus 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 for your carry, and then they'll turn around and they'll practice with 3 grain, you know, gunpowder, black powder ammo, exaggerating the two extremes there. But you should try to practice with something that is very similar to the round that you're actually going to be using for carry. And the reality of it is when you start shooting at somebody, if the situation calls for it, it's not going to matter a whole lot what you're shooting, provided that you have control of the weapon, you're on target, and you're hitting your target. Nobody wants to walk into a barrage of any type of gunfire, whether it's a 22 long rifle or a 45. So whatever you're practicing with for your carry weapons, especially, should match what you're going to be carrying. Now, if it's just a range gun and you're shooting and having fun, just shoot what you want to shoot. But I always try to keep like for like in here so that the feel of the gun remains the same. And in reality, feeling-wise, I can't tell the difference between these two rounds. So far as the kick of the gun, the Hornady does feel a little bit snappier than the practice rounds, but not enough that it's really noticeable in the gun. Overall opinion of the M&P 9 Shield is I like the gun. I find it easy to shoot, easy to stay on target with. I love the trigger. I know you'll see other reviews about it with the trigger here. I can't say enough about just the design, the feel of the trigger. Being a compact 9mm striker fire is incredible. Just the overall quality of the gun. And that's the M&P 9 Shield.